Yes, good evening to the students of the Masters in the Law and Economics, and today is the second class that which I am going to deal with the blended mode. And please read what I posted on the screen so that I could know that you are with me and I am with you. Both are traveling the same boat to reach the destination. Unmute and read. Unmute and read, I said. Otherwise, I could not hear you. I could see your microphone now. Petrolina Chuma, I could see your microphone. Read what I posted on the screen. Welcome to the students of the Law and Economics for the blended mode. And Professor, of course, here it is given Professor and Doctor. Yeah, blended mode class 16-11-2022. Law and Economics class, Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain, Professor class out in Tanzania. Is it clear? You have to unmute and say yes, sir. Otherwise, I am saying that I am giving the lecture to the wall if the response will not come from you. You don't know the Petrolina, unmute and mute. There is a button is there. Unmute it, then you speak. I could hear your voice. So without wasting the time, let me go further because this is the course of the elective course, Law and Economics. And this today that I am going to deal the law and economics in other sense, we can also say the economic analysis of law. So law and economics, it is also known as the economic analysis of law and differs other forms of legal analysis in two main ways. Number one, the first one is the theoretical analysis focuses on efficiency. In simple terms, a legal situation is said to be efficient if a right is given to the party who would be willing to pay the most for it. So efficiency will be taken into consideration when an injury is caused over there. How far the efficiency of the damages should be avoided to the plaintiff, that will be counted. In simple terms, a legal situation is said to be the efficient if a right is given to the party who would be willing to pay the most for it. If there are two distinct theories of the legal efficiency, the legal and economics scholars support argument based on both. Let us see that how the positive theory of legal efficiency states that the common law, which is nothing but judge-made law, the main body of law in England and its former colonies, including the United States, is efficient because it is a positive theory. While the normative theory is that the law should be efficient, it is important that two theories remain separate, but most economics accept the both. So one is the positive theory, another is the normative theory, and normative theory is based on norms. Participants, are you hearing me? Yes, unmute and say yes. Participants, once again. And I could see the Petrolina Chuma is there. She doesn't know how to mute and unmute it. Fidelis Kitange, do you know how to mute and unmute it?
Yes, I know.
Yes. Please, whenever I ask, you should give the answer to me. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you read this, unmute and read this paragraph, which I highlighted here?
Do it.
Proceed.
Law and economics stresses that markets are more efficient than courts. When possible, the legal system, according to the positive theory, will force a transaction into the market. When this is impossible, the legal system attempts to mimic a market and guess at what the parties would have desired if markets had been feasible. Feasible.
Yes. Now, let me give you the explanation for this one. Law and economics, which is nothing but economic analysis of law, it stresses that markets are more efficient than courts. Why markets are more efficient than court? Because no one can do the business for the loss. Am I right? Say yes or no. Did you understand my question? Please speak. Amna kimia. Unmute and speak. I repeat, no one can make the business for loss. Am I right? I said speak.
Yes, you are right, Prof.
See, if I am wrong, you can say, sir, you are wrong. If I am right, say, yes, sir. If you disagree, yes, you can make the statement. What is the essence of the business?
It's to make a profit and not to gain loss.
That is the essence of the business generally. Of course, charitable business is different. They don't see for the more benefit. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
See, when I ask the question, you should give the response. If you don't give the response, I feel that nobody is hearing me. Is it clear? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Good, I appreciate. So,
Thank you.
market are more efficient and more smart than the court because it is the hela, paisa, money takes an important factor. So, when possible, the legal system, according to the positive theory, and we discuss what is the positive theory. What is the positive theory? You can see on the screen also. Can you read the what is the positive theory which is there on the screen? It is on the screen, the positive theory. Can you read it?
Yes, I can read it. When possible, the legal system, according to the
No.
positive theory.
Positive theory is here. Here it is.
Okay, okay, let me read it, Prof.
Yeah.
The positive theory of legal efficiency states that the common law judges made law than main body of law in England, its former colonies, including the United States, is efficient, while the
Enough,
normative
enough,
theory is
enough,
that the
enough, enough. That is only that positive theory. What is the positive theory? Positive theory of legal efficiency states that common law. What is common law? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. What is common law?
Pasa.
It is written there in the parenthesis. Common law is nothing but the judgment law. Common law is nothing but based on the usage and customs. The common law is the body of the law which England which ruled. The common law is the former colonies law, including the United States, because United States also ruled by Tanzanians. Say, United States also ruled by. If you don't know, you say pass on. I will give the answer. Don't waste the time.
PASO.
Britishers. Am I right?
Yep.
Even including the China also some part. So the common law is a efficient law because common law uses the common sense. So it's efficient. So what it here is, according to the positive theory, will force a transaction into the market. The reason the theory says it will force a transaction into the market because any person with a common sense will not do a work which is not benefit to him or her. Am I right? Did you understand my question? My statement? Say yes or no. Any man with a common sense will not do a work which leads to loss. That is the common law principle. A prudent man principle, a man with the sense principle, a man with the mind principle. Are you hearing me? Say yes.
Yes.
So when this is impossible, the legal system attempts to mimic a market. Suppose if it is not beneficial would be there, then they will apply the market system. Mimic means, you know what is mimic? Do you know what is mimic?
Imitation.
Say again.
Imitation.
Yes, yes, I appreciate. I appreciate. Mimic means imitation. Like, you know, the mimicry a performer will do, like Makapa, how he said, even the president, how he uttered the voice. So they will mimic it. So mimic a market means follow the market system, and guess at what the parties would be desired if market has been feasible. So when the market is feasible or not also will be checked, because the market principle is, if the production is high, cost is, I repeat the question. If the production is high, the cost is
High.
Polesana. If the production is high, the cost is less. If the production is less, the cost is
No, Professor, you may repeat the question, please.
Sema.
Just repeat the question.
Yes, if you don't understand, you can ask me, repeat the question, sir. Or if I may fast, you can ask me, tell me, pole pole. Sir, slowly, sir. If the production is more, the cost is less. If the production is less, the cost is, fill the blank,
Less.
less. Not less, more. If the production is less, the cost is more. If the production is more, the cost is less. Is it clear? Say yes or no.
Yes, is it clear?
That is the market system. So people, they want to increase the price because they want to make the deficiency of the products in the market. With the deficiency of the product in the market would be there, the price would be increased. Of course, government will take the norms of it if anybody makes such a thing, because the Fair Competition Act is there, the Market Act is there, or many other policies are governed by the, because the government is a regulating body. You cannot increase the price whatever you like it. Am I right? You
Yes.
cannot increase the price whatever you like it. Is it clear? Say yes. Please speak. Amna Kimia.
Yes, Professor.
See, after making, see, I cracked the joke today and I will ask you to laugh today only. Okay, now let us go to the second characteristic of law. The second characteristic of law and economics is its emphasis on incentives and people response to to these incentives. So, what is the incentives here? The second characteristic of law and economics is its emphasis on incentives and people response to these incentives. Now, let us see, for example, the purpose of damage payment is accident tort law is not to compensate the injured parties, but rather to provide an incentive for a potential injurer to take efficient, cost justified precautions to avoid the causing the accident. So now here the purpose of damage payment is in accident. An accident happened, say a road accident, and his leg was injured and leg was amputated. Now he is having a only one leg, but one leg amputated at the knee level. So half of the leg is there. Are you following me?
Yes.
So now let us see. So the purpose of damage payment in accident tort law is not to compensate injured party. It is not only compensate the injured party, but rather to provide an incentive for the potential injurers to take efficient cost justified precautions to avoid causing the accident. So now they cannot make it how the accident will be avoided, because an accident is, what is accident, can you tell me? What is accident? So if you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. Don't waste the time.
Yes, sir.
Accident always, it is a wrong judgment, a wrong step taken, because they will think that I can cross it, but his expectation is wrong. By the wrong judgment, by wrong things, the accident will occur. So, what is the good thing? Better not to take such a risk. That means not to take the overtake. You thought that you can overtake it, but you wrongly decided. By the time the opposite party truck came and you cannot cross it, then an accident happens. Is it not your wrong judgment to think that you can overtake it? Because you cannot estimate the speed of the other vehicle. When you expect the correct speed of the other vehicle, generally you don't overtake. In case if you overtake also, you know that the vehicle will not reach to you before that you can overtake it. Am I right?
Yes.
It is a wrong decision making, the accident will occur. Or sometimes even accident also occurs because of your own negligence. For instance, if you're drunken driving, if you're boozed and sitting on the streets, there is a chances that you cannot ride in a limit, or you can ride in a positive way, or in a correct way, by following the norms. So that's why people, those who are drunken, they will not be allowed to drink, allowed to drive. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
See, here they say the injured person will not be compensated only, but rather to provide an incentive for the potential injurer to take the efficient precaution to avoid causing the accident. So, here what we say is not only will be compensated, number one, number two, suppose if he is a 40 years old and thinking that 60 years is the average age, means still 20 years he live. When he 20 years he live over there, naturally for artificial leg it will work for the 5 years. So 5 into 4 20, that means he needs at least 4 artificial legs till he dies. So calculation of the 4 artificial leg, but each year the cost will be more. Am I right? Petrol charges,
Yes,
what
Prof.
about the last year and what about this year? Sir, it is decreased. Say, I say. Did you understand my question?
No, can you repeat it, please, Prof?
Why don't you say? Last year petrol charges are say 3,000. This year 2,500.
No, almost 2,900 and point something.
Means whether 3,000 would be there or it will be increased. Whether the same 3,000 is there this year, for instance, last year 3,000 per liter. This year also it is increased or decreased?
Decreased.
Decreased.
Yes.
Now 2,500. If
No,
the last year is
2009.
3,000.
The last year was 3,000, if I'm not mistaken, but currently I think it's 2,000 point something, 0.9, not 25, but 2,000 around 0.9. I'm not sure correctly, but maybe someone who has a
In
car can tell
general,
us.
the cost of the products will be increased year by year because of cost of living and the value of the Tanzania shilling comparative to the market. See, when I came here, $1 is equal to 1,100 or 200. But now,
Yes.
what is the $1 cost now?
Almost 2,400, if I'm not mistaken.
2,230 rupees. That means,
2,200.
yes, that means Tanjana shilling power is increased or decreased?
So can you repeat the question, Prof?
When I came here, $1 is equal to 1,200. But
Yes.
now $1 is equal to 2,230 or 2,200. Now you tell me
Yes.
which currency got the more power, which currency has the less power?
Ours, it has less power. The dollar, it has the more power.
That means the
So
value
our
of the Tanzania shilling is decreased or increased?
is decreasing.
Decreased. How it can be counted? Market value, economy, rate. Suppose if an accident happened 10 years back, now the judgment is given now. When the judgment is given now, do they consider that value? They consider this value, market value.
I think they will have to consider the current market value, not the past current market value, according
When
to
the
my own view.
accident occurred over there, okay, they will make it from that day onwards, no doubt, and they will keep
Sure.
the interest also. Are you following me?
Yes,
They
I'm following
calculate
you.
all the
Yes,
interest of the
Professor.
10 years because you would have to pay at the time, the amount is less. But if you are paying now after the 10 years, that means
Yeah,
with the
man.
interest you have to pay.
Sure.
That is the economic analysis in the law. Sir,
Okay.
I gave him 10,000 10 years back, and now he is giving the same 10,000 to you. Do you accept?
It depends on the agreement that we used to give to each other.
Unless if your good friend is there, okay, you gave the 10,000 the last year, 10 years back, the same 10,000 he is giving now. You accept it. But other people, do you know? They will calculate the interest.
Sure.
So this is the economic analysis when the assessment of the damages are there. Say one artificial
Okay,
leg,
Prof.
it is a 5,000 rupees, and the accident happened in the 40 years, but still average is 60 years. That means he will live for the 20 years more. But each artificial leg will work for the 5 years. Then he has to purchase the four artificial legs. Then one artificial leg is 10,000. Then the four artificial legs, it may be 40,000. But each year, one artificial leg, it will increase the cost of it at least 2% to 3%. Hence, that will be calculated. And that is called economic efficiency. In the economics will take part in it. Because if you purchase the artificial leg this year, it is the 5,000. So the same artificial leg, he will purchase after the 5 years, 4 years, the cost will be increased. Am I right?
Sure, you are right. But
And yes, please.
what if we what if we decide to buy them at once for the maybe 40,000?
They will calculate their never. If you buy one, what about he eat the chakula? If you can you buy
Okay.
at least because you know that the michele rice is going to be increased. Can you buy one lari michele in 1 month?
It's not possible in some instance.
Because your income source is
But
very less.
sure,
You cannot buy everything in advance. Okay.
sure.
If
But
you have
maybe
a
if
lot
I
of money, yes, you can buy and keep it. When the market value is more, at the time you can sell.
That's how business. That's how businessmen they do.
Yeah, the businessmen, what they do? They do the same thing. They will buy from the farmer cheap rate and they hoard it. When the market value is more, at the time they will sell it. So that is the way, that's why they will become tycoon, business tycoons, and there is no calculations. But a teacher life is hand to mouth. Are you following me? A lecturer life is hand to mouth, but a peaceful life without any tension.
Sure.
Do you agree?
Sure.
Yes, I appreciate. I appreciate. So here they say
Yes, yes.
not only a person will be compensated for the injury, but he has to make the thing to see that in the next how he can make it efficiently and the amount which is cost justified also will be clear. For instance, if an accident happened to a best player, football player, and his leg was removed up to the knee, can he play with the same efficiency by using the artificial leg?
No, 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 no.
He cannot run that much fast with the artificial leg. That means his efficiency is decreased. Am I right?
Yes.
And moreover, they don't allow him to play with the artificial leg. Am I right?
Yes.
That's right.
Do they allow to play with the artificial leg in the FIFA?
Probably no.
Answer is no. Okay,
No.
one thing can be done. If he's a so much good player is there, he's a wicket keeper. I mean goalkeeper. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, there would be some justification would be there. So now his very chances of the bright chances of him will be lost because he may win the FIFA and other World Cup and he can participate in many other things, but the chances of are diminished because of accident. So they will count. It is not only giving the compensation to him what he lost it, but his future benefits, if future losses, the name and fame, money, that will be calculated. So not only he will be compensated, but it should be compensated in a cost justified manner. That means his future fame and name that will be lost over there, so it will be compensated to the extent not only for the merely the injury is caused to him. So that is that they say the law is not to compensate injured parties but rather to provide an incentive. What incentive? I told you, no, extra amount, future losses, artificial leg, four legs, and each year the cost will be increased. So 20% you should increase, or 30% you have to make it cost. So incentive for the potential injurers to take the efficient. Why you are want to make that the potential injurers to take efficient, justified precautions to avoid causing the accident. So now here accident is happened, it's happened, no doubt, but they will see that in the future how they have to move also and how they can avoid such an accident and how can they live. So every cost will be included over there to while assessing the damages and paying the damages to the injured. So here, the potential injurious took the efficient cost justified precautions to avoid causing the accident. Here, once the causing the accident means he will make it to understand the next time such a thing should not be happen. Of course, that also be done. Plus, the solace incentive should also be given to him. The law and economics shares with other branches of economics the assumption that individuals are rational and respond to incentives. The law and economics shares with the other branches of economics the assumption that individuals are rational and respond to incentives. So a man should be rational and he should also respond to the incentives also. And incentives will not be given over there. Mere compensation is given over there that will not serve the purpose. Because he will live for some more years. When he live for some more years, let you presume also how much his income would be there and how much income goes as income tax, how many dependents are there. So all the things will be calculated and the multiplier theory would be there. How many years he is going to be live. Suppose if the accident will not occur over there, and naturally when an accident occurred over there, his because it is a mavazo, it is a feeling, it is a stress. When the stress would be there, naturally a person's longevity, lifespan will be decreased. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
If the mavazo is there, mavazo ipa mapema kifo. When a person having the stress strain, he will die very soon. Am I right?
Sure.
So when penalties for an action increases, people will undertake loss of the action. Law and economic is more likely than other branches of legal analysis to use the empirical and statistical method to measure these responses to incentives. Here incentives means benefits or extra payment. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
In the market,
Yes, Professor.
you see, if you sell the product, they will give the product, suppose 100 vials or 100 boxes you have to sell in 1 month. But if you sell 100, what I say, boxes within 10 days, they will give the incentive to you. Because you achieved the target, instead of 30 days, you sold the product in 10 days only. So incentives will be given to the person. If you cross the limit and if you sold the product, your bonus will be there, commission would be there. Am I right?
Yes.
In each product that you will get the commission, in addition to your salary. So those are the incentives. So when you are calculating the damages, they will see. For instance, you know the Rambo. What is meant by Rambo?
Mrembo.
Ah,
Mrembo, binti mzuri.
yeah,
Am I
Zuri.
right?
King Reza?
Beautiful.
A
Beautiful girl.
beautiful girl. Very attractive girl. Okay?
Yeah.
So now, if the attractive girl, somebody poured an acid over her face, how much compensation should be paid? You know? Number one, it is a criminal activity. Number two, is a sedition, he has done it. And number three, she is disfigured. And number four, her chances of marriage will be diminished. Are you following me?
Sure. Yes, Prof.
So these are all comes under economic analysis. And moreover, why that fellow has made such a thing means you have some relationship with him. In the first time that you agreed, next time you disagreed. That's why he has thrown the acid on your face. Is it not? Is it not the stigma? Stigma, Stigma, stigma. You know what is stigma? A mark, a taboo, a bad behavior,
Tabu.
a bad name.
Okay, Prof.
So, and if a beautiful girl got divorced, let you presume it. When the calculating for the maintenance, they will see that because she can go for the second marriage, the marriage chances also they will see. And when they see the marriage chances of the second marriage, because she's so beautiful, Sio Matumba Kama Bikira. So she will not look like a second hand. She will look like a virgin. So marriage chances would be more for the second marriage. Am I right?
Yeah.
And at the time, when the compensation will be paid, maintenance will be paid, the maintenance will be paid less.
Sure.
If she is a old aged man, aged mama, there is a less chance of marriage. So naturally, the
Yes.
amount paid for the maintenance is more.
Sure.
This is the economic analysis of law.
Okay, Prof.
See, the same woman, but age is difference here. If the age is less, amount is less. If age is more, amount is more.
Sure, Prof.
Because they will also see the marriage chances. And nobody would marry a menopause woman unless until both
Sure.
are old aged. And you know what is
But
menopause woman?
yes, but sometimes, Prof, it's happening here in Tanzania.
It's
Have you
only
ever
on
heard something?
fingers. Only
Have you
on
ever heard about?
fingers. And that to be why she marries, because bank balance is more.
Yes, they used to call them sugar mommy. So sometimes young men they just choose them so that they can benefit from them. So sometimes it may happen, but in some
I told you,
instances,
no, it's
very
the
limited.
attitude of a man or woman. So
Attitude
depending
of
upon
a
that
man.
factor, we can say that compensation will be paid and how much will be paid. So law and economics is more likely than other branches of legal analysis to use the empirical or statistical methods and to measure these responses to incentives. So a particular method should be followed over there, and a statistical method should be followed over there, and then the amount of the compensation will be paid to the victim. The private legal system must perform three functions. What are they? All related to the property and property rights. So, first, let us see the system must define property rights. This is the task of property law itself. The second, the
Sorry,
system.
Prof.
Yeah,
Sorry, Prof.
please.
Can you repeat a little bit when you start the first this paragraph?
Which one? The private legal system.
Yes.
The private legal system must perform three functions, all related to property and property rights. See,
Okay,
why the
Prof. Now we
dispute
can talk.
comes, can you tell me?
Sorry.
Why the dispute arises in the courts in general? Property.
Yes, there must be some property, and there must be some infringement of some rights, maybe against property.
Again, the property, either mobile property or immobile property. Can any case law would be there on women? People are fighting. Very less, we cannot make it out. But suppose a woman promised to marry you. If he broken her promise, you can ask for the compensation. When you incur the loss because of his marriage, I incurred this much expenditure. So number one is the property rights. First, the system must define property rights. So what is the property? What are the property rights should be there? This is the task of property law itself. So definition of the property, the rights of the property, is the property law will define it. Number one. The second, the system must allow for the transfer of property. That is the role of contract law. See, if a property will be accumulated in one person, the government will not allow it. Do you know why? The property cannot be accumulated more than 2 or 3 generations. Not 3 generations, at least two, 2.5. Later on, you cannot hold the property. The reason is The reason is distribution of the property will come when the person died. Am I right? Am I right? Are you following me? Suppose your father is having the property, say 5 houses, bank balance, and if you are the 3 or 4 brothers or sisters, when father died, then property goes to whom? Depending upon the personal law. If mother would be there, mother would get the shares, and the sisters and brothers would get the shares. Are you following me? Say yes or no. Yes, welcome back to the continuation of the law and economics that we are making up to the. What is this mark? Anyone can tell me? What is this symbol which I made over there? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. Don't waste the time.
It's a star, Prof.
Hapana, it is not a star. It is a asterisk. What is that? It is a asterisk.
Asterisk.
I will show the symbol. Did you see on the screen?
Yes, Prof. We can see.
Did you see on the screen?
Yes, Prof.
Is it a star?
No.
Okay. My students are like Professor Hussain, Matana Shati. Umepata? Okay. Now let us come to the point. When penalties for an action increase, I repeat, when penalties for an action increase, people will undertake less of that action. Did you get this point?
Sorry, Prof. Can you repeat again?
Okay. Don't think any other way because you are all grown up and you are not a minor. In case, if for rape, punishment is kata imbili pumbu is the punishment. Let me presume it. Cutting the two testicles. Can anybody dare enough to do the rape in the dream?
Probably it's not possible. People will be afraid.
Not probably,
They are-
never. What is the life without pumbu? Testicles.
Nothing.
So that is, I am giving you this example. When penalties for an action increase, means penalty is kata imbili, people will undertake less of that action, not less of the action. Even they don't dream in the rape, don't dream the rape also in the dream. Am I right?
Sure, you are right, Prof.
Now that is the reason land economics I am showing. See, an injury is also a punishment, is it not?
What?
Means punishment in the form of, suppose the punishment is incarceration, keeping behind the bar. Is it not the curtailing somebody's liberty? Your life will be zero.
Sure.
So here either you make a economic way of punishment or corporal way of punishment or the life aspect of the punishment, but punishment is a punishment. If the punishment is more, the occurring is less.
Sure.
Yeah, that is the reason. So this is the law and economics more likely than other branches of legal analysis to use empirical or statistical methods to measure those responses of incentives. The incentives can be made depending upon the various other factors are concerned. As I told you, if the age is more, the what I say maintenance is more. If the age is less, the maintenance is less because there is a chance for a second marriage.
Sure, Prof.
So the private legal system must perform three functions, all related to the property and the property rights. The first one is the property rights. What property rights should be there? And the property law deals about the property rights. And the second is the system must allow the transfer of property. Here the transfer of property in the sense, if the father is alive, he is having a lot of property. After his death, the property will be distributed. Am I right?
Yes.
So how, in what way a transfer of property can be undertaken? Can you tell me?
Maybe through inheritance.
There is nothing but sale. Sale in the
Can
form
you
of
say
registration. How a property can be transferred. There are, I believe, 5 to 6 ways are there a property can be transferred. Number one, Nunuwa means sale. Nunuwa or Nauza? Sema.
I mean, it's not fair. That's it can be just
You keep your gadget very close so that you can speak.
in form of sale.
Speak like a Simba. Sir, I am Kike. Okay, Simba Kike. Sonorous voice. Ingresa is sonorous voice. Sonorous. Okay, I will tell you. Don't worry. Mute. Because I am getting the sound from your house. Yes, everybody can mute it. Okay. A property can be transferred by sale. A property can be transferred by mortgage. A property can be transferred by the lease. A property can be transferred by the gift. Are you following me?
yes? We are on the same track, Prof.
Yes, and a property can also be transferred by the will. Is it clear? And property can also be
Clear.
transferred by the exchange. So here, second, the system allow for the transfer of property. That is the role of a contract law. See, in any way you transfer the property, contract law definitely appears over there. For the sale, contract of law is there. For lease, contract of law is there. For the mortgage, contract law is there. For the gift, contract law is there. For the wills, of course, there is a different law comes transfer. The wills are easement. I think that easement will cover the wills, if I am not being mistaken. So a contract law will come over there. Finally, the system must be protect property rights. This is the function of the tort law and criminal law. So what are the three functions? Number one, the property right should be there, defend the property and property law itself. And second, how the property can be transferred, move from one place to another place. And third, the system must protect the property rights. This is the function of tort law and criminal law. So first, the property and property rights. Second, transfer. Then the protection of the property rights. See, merely having the property rights is not enough. Am I right? There should be a machinery to protect the property rights also should be there. So these are the major issues studied in law and economics. Law and economics scholars also apply the tools of economics such as game theory and to purely legal questions such as the various parties, litigation of strategies. While these are aspects of law and economics, they are of more interest to legal scholars than to students of the economy. So the legal scholar will enjoy than the students of the economy, because the economy they will see in the terms of the money, but where the student of law will see not only in the terms of money but also the utility of that in time, the timely factors. So that's why we can say the maxim is there, the justice to be done and the justice seems to be done. Do you know the difference between two? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. Don't waste the time.
Pass on.
Justice seems to be done. Justice to be done and it seems to be done. That means, I love you, it's not enough. You have to give some gift also. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
No, he can say, I love you, and she will say, I love you too, and he will say, I love you three, and he will say, love you four. Is it a mathematical calculation? A love should go with the sacrifice, number one. A love should go with the gift, number two. A love should be go in the terms of the money. A love should be go in the terms of the smile. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
Those are essential factors. So history and significance. Now we'll see that what is the history and significance of this law and economics. Modern law and economics dates from about 1960 when Ronald Coase, and who later received a Nobel Prize, published The Problem of Social Cost. Gordon Tullock and Frederick Hayek also wrote in the area, but the expansion of the field began with the Gary Becker. In 1968 paper on crime, Baker also received a Nobel Prize. So a person who studied the law of economics definitely will get the Nobel Prize because economics plays an important role in the man's life. Am I right? Say yes or no.
Yes, you are right.
A man will cut the coat according to the cloth. I repeat, a man will cut the coat according to the cloth. If the cloth is big, the coat size is big. If the cloth is short, the coat is short. Am I right? Say yes. Did you understand my
Yes,
question
Prof.
first? Did you understand my question first? Say yes or no.
No.
A man will cut the coat. You know coat? Koti.
Yes,
COAT
Kotina
coat.
Suti. Yes.
COAT coat according to the cloth. If the cloth is lengthy, the coat is lengthy. If the cloth is short, the coat is short. Did you get my point? Did you get my point?
No.
Suppose, do you know how to prepare chapati? Do you know how to prepare chapati?
Yes, Prof.
Suppose you take a big ball, the chapati is big. If you take a small ball, the chapati is small. Am I right?
Yes.
Sir, I can take the small ball, but I can make the big chapati. You can make the big chapati, no. You can make the big paper like chapati. Got the point?
Yes.
So, in the same way, I told you, cut your coat according to the cloth. That is the phraseology.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes, Prof.
So, here I say in 1972, Richard Posner, a law and economics scholar and the major advocate of the positive theory of efficiency, I will ask you again, what is positive theory? In the first class, I told you, I asked you to read also. What is the positive theory of efficiency? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. I will give the answer. Don't waste the time. Say loudly. Keep the gadget very close to your mouth. Positive theory is nothing but common law theory. Common law. Use the brain. Tumia bongo in Kiswahili. Apply the brain or apply the mind. How? When it rains, you hold the umbrella. Kiswahili, muwa inaonyesha na chukua mawuli. Am I right?
Yes. You are right.
When you rain, you don't open the mawuli, but you wear the chappals. Is it good way? Even though you have the mawuli, even though you have the umbrella. A positive theory says, when you have the umbrella, you open the umbrella when it rains. And hold the slippers or chappals or shoe, whatever would be there in the hand. Why? Because in the water, it will be spoiled. What? Because it's made of with leather. Am I right?
Yes.
And moreover, if there is a mud, the chappal or the shoe will be stuck out in the mud. Am I right?
Yes.
So positive theory is nothing but a common law theory, a common sense, a British theory, a colonial theory, a common man theory, a prudent man theory. So whatever the positive theory of efficiency published the first edition of Economic Analysis of Law and founded the Journal of Legal Studies, both important events in the creation of the field as a thriving scholarly discipline. So economics plays an important role when you want to deal anything. Posner went on to become a federal judge while remaining a prolific scholars. And an important factor leading to the spread of law and economics in the 1970s was a series of seminars and law courses for economists and economics courses for the lawyers, organized by the Henry Mann and funded in part by the Liberty Fund. So it is about the history, evolution, how the economics has come into the picture, because it came to the limelight only in the 1960s and the 1970s. It is spreaded over the other countries. So this discipline is now well established with 8 associations, including the American, Canadian, European Law and Economic Associations, and several journals. So now it is widespread because if justice is given to you after 30 years when you are no more over there, is it a justice? See, you file a case and justice will be made, and at that time you will be no more, and your grandchildren or children will enjoy it. That's why I say justice to be done, and justice seems to be done. When a man is hungry, you have to give the food. Am I right?
Yes.
When a man is
Yes, Prof.
thirsty, you have to give him. A man is thirsty, you have to give him.
Water.
Nini?
Water. Maji.
Maji. Sir, you have to
Yes.
give him pombe. Amna akili.
Clear.
Akili naenda kijiji mtu. Shamba mtu. People say. Kwanza maji. Pili, you can give anything. Chaya maziwa, chaya rengia. So, here they say, where it is necessary, that should be served the purpose. And that should be given over there. And hence, the economics, and here the European Union and American and Canadian and the Economic Association and several journals also, they are making a lot of efforts to bring the action law and economics, that is the economic analysis of law. Law and economics articles also appear regularly in the major economics journals, and the approach is common in law review articles. Most law schools have faculty trained in economics, and most offer law and economics courses. Many economics departments also teach courses in the field. A course in law and economics is very useful for an undergraduate contemplating law schools. Several consulting firms specialize in providing the economic expertise in litigation. You cannot do a work without expecting the good result. A man will spend 100 rupees to get at least 110 rupees. But a man cannot spend 100 rupees for getting 90 rupees or 90 Tanzania shillings. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
So now I will ask the question. Marry and die. Without marry and die, which one is the best?
Sorry, can you repeat it, Prof?
See, marry, you know, Olewa. Olewa.
Olewa na oa.
Okay. Marry and die. Without marrying, you die. Which one is the best?
marry and die, and without marry, then you die.
So which one is the best way?
I think the first one.
See, you cannot, a bachelor will spend the more money, but a married man spend the less money for himself or herself. Am I right?
Yes.
A unmarried man will send more money about his fashion, design, unguo, shoe, nini, nani, kilakitu. But when he married, he should share with the wife or children. He share with the children. Sometimes he will buy for the children and wife, but he will not buy for himself. Am I
Sure.
right? Say yes, economy plays an important role. Why a new now generation will not have 10 or 12, 13 children? Do you know your father how many you have? Suppose if you are married, how many you have? And what about your grandfather? How many children? Your father, how many children? And you are married, how many children? I will give my example. My father is having 10 children. Of course, Imbili Kufa. But he is only 1 year.
Paul.
But my mother is a housewife. But when you come to my matter is concerned, and no one is having more than 4. No one is having more than 4 children I am speaking. And I am having the 2 Vishana, Vavili Vishana in Kiswahili. My other brother is having only 2. My another brother is having only 3. But no one is having 8 or 10. Why? Why? Cost of living, economic factor, man busy in the many activities and eating the different food, and that to be a crunch food, and spending the more money for the medical doctors and not using the lot of energy for their livelihood. There is no sweat. It is only sedentary work, and the economic cost is increased. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
When I came here, soda. Soda is Mia Imbili. Mia Moja, I think. I think when the first time when I bought Mia Moja, in 2004 I am speaking. El Fimilla Inne, Miwaka. It's 100 and 200. What is the soda cost now?
600.
600. That take away?
100 to 1,200.
1,000. If you buy in the ordinary shop, the same soda if you buy in a 5-star hotel, it is a 2,000. Chupa I am speaking. If you buy Isamilo, the same soda, which you will get at the 600 outside, the same soda you will get the Isamilo 2,000 rupees. Can you tell me why? Tumia bongo, sara nimesahau, wapi nyumbani, au wapi kazini. Say, what is the reason? Facilities. Are you following me? Services. Participants.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof. We are in touch.
Services and hygienic or many other factors. The same substance you will get the 2000.
Sure.
See, when Mama Antilie Nakauka Samaki, she prepares, she will give very less price. The same sato. But the same sato, if you buy it Bonacera, najua Bonacera?
Ndio.
Yes, we know it.
Do you know how much the cost? One Samaki Kuchoma, 30,000. The same you will get at 8,000, 10,000. The cost and economic factor, facilities, place that will increase the price. So now, corporate things are there. People are using the computers. People are using the e-reports. And now physical reports are, nobody will touch it. And people making argument on online, and everything will get the e-library, reports e-library, books e-library, citation you can make it out. So the cost of a lawyer is more now, and who is using this modern technology. With less time he can make it out, and the cost will be increased, and time will be decreased. But people doesn't care about the money now. They care the thing should be done immediately. Are you following me?
Yes.
You know, I don't know here in Tanzania, if you want to get the certificate from the university, there are two types of services are there. One is rapid service, another is normal service. In rapid service, you pay more for the cost of the certificate. But in ordinary service, you will pay less, but the time taken is more. In the rapid service, your certificate will be issued within 1 week or within 6 working days. But in normal service, it will be sent 1 month. Because when the services are good, the amount is more. Is it clear? Is it clear? That means money will play the role there. If you spare the money more, and you will get the quick result, and time can be saved. Umepata? Did you get my point? Say yes or no. Please speak. I'm Kimia.
Yes, Prof.
At least one can speak. Are you dumb? If you're dumb, you can say, sir, I am dumb. Can a dumb man will say, I am dumb? I cannot know that. See, when I'm asking you to speak,
We
you
are
never
not
speak.
drunk, Professor. We are not drunk.
Huh? I said, did you understand, Kimia? I'm not saying to Ukutano. Is it Ukutano? Wall. I want to get the response from you because you are not in my friend. Of course, I can make you in friend, but your data will not support it because audio visual, there is a bifurcation of the frequency would be there. So it cannot support you unless you have the a broadband a line. Then only it will support it. Not now I'm using the only Voda data, Voda online. It is very much nice, and I will suggest everybody to purchase the Voda online because it not only speak, I can record it, I can load it, I can send to the YouTube also. So now I will give one example to you to make you understand whether you will have. I don't say whether you have IQ or not. No, everybody is having IQ and everybody is having the mind. Now, how much application that you are using that I would like to test you in the terms of the economics, and in terms of anything also. And do you know cinema? Cinema theater? Have you seen the theater movie in the theater? Najwa, everybody.
Yeah.
It is
Yes,
a, it is a Django. It is a big hall is there, and people will sit. Do you know what is the rate when is very near to the screen? What is the cost when it is katikati? What is the cost? It is a moisture in the cinema theater. Please say. Don't. If you don't know, you say. Did you understand my question first?
yes, Prof.
Yes. Now, can you tell me when you're near to the screen, the cost is more or less? I mean, price of the ticket. Speak.
The cost is more, Prof.
Cost is?
More.
No, wrong. In the cinema theater, when you close to the screen, the cost is less. When you sit in the katikati, the cost is katikati. When you sit at the moisho last, means far away from the screen, the cost
Screen.
is more.
Okay.
What okay? You never see the cinema? Sir, I gone the cinema, but I never gone the high ticket, sir. I got the low ticket. Okay, when with the low ticket would be the where you sat? Pembeni, Imbele, screen. Am I right? Okay. So when you are near to the screen, the cost is less. When you middle to the screen, the rate is katikati. When you far away from the screen, then the amount is makubwa, the high. Is it clear? Say yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay, now I will
Yes.
reverse it. You know circus? Circus means CERCUS, circus. In Kiswahili, we say sarkasi.
Yes, Prof. We know it.
What do they do in sarkasi?
Jumping. He's jumping.
They are the performers, ladies and gents. They perform the aerobics, different techniques, different actions. Do you know in the arena, when you're close to the circus, the cost is more or less? I repeat the question. In the circus, when you sit to the close, the cost is more or less?
The cost is more.
Why? When you sit at the katikati, the cost is katikati. When you sit at the gallery, moisho, the cost is very less. What is the reason? What is economics?
The one who is at the mwanzo, he can see proper, while the one who is at the mwisho, his
Go ahead.
possibility of seeing is very low. That's why the price is very low.
No, he can also see the nice thing, but impact is very less to the person who sat at the back. Impact is more to the person who sit in the front. Impact is katikati who sit in the katikati. Am I right?
Sure. Yes.
What is
you
the
are
impact to
right.
the people, those who sit in the front? They could see, I repeat, they could see kila kitu.
Sure.
Imbele na even mizigo also, the size. No, I'm giving the example. You can see her beauty. You can see her face. We can see whether she used the ranga madamo or not. We can see at least whether she wear the sideri or not, au chupi. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof. We're on the same track.
The point is economics plays an important role, either enjoying the scene or enjoying the movie, or the same economics will play an important role in the Sharia also.
Sure, Prof.
Now you can ask me, sir, in Sharia, how the economics play a role? If you akli kali liar, can you approach him? His cost is more. Who is akli kali liar in Tanzania? I am speaking Tanzania, I am not speaking Mwanza. Okay, let you think. Akli kali liar in Mwanza. Can you afford it? He will charge more. And gaining chances are more. Why? Can he use any gimmicks? Answer is a man who is very much perfect in all lines, where he can write well, where he can speak well, where he can make well, and where he can convince well, definitely he will win the case. Because he is having such a background. And he can argue the case because of his knowledge. And knowledge plays an important role. Can you see a lawyer who is a dumb, deaf, and blind? Did you see a lawyer?
No.
Say,
No.
you cannot see anywhere in the world. A lawyer is a dumb, a lawyer is a deaf, a lawyer is a blind. Means three organs should be perfect in nature.
Active. Sure.
If anything is lacking over there, then nothing can be come out. So now, on the same fact, on the same ground, a lawyer will win. On the same ground, on the same fact, a lawyer will lose. It depends upon the sharpness of the liar. And hence, he charge more. But the winning chances are more.
No. Yes.
See, I don't know whether you know it or not. If a high branded shoe cost is more and the local shoe cost is less, of course, provided it made in a good way. Instead of purchasing 3 shoes, we can purchase 1 branded shoe. Sir, no, sir, tumia tupa. Is it unguo? Dio, sir, tumia tupa. Even imke also, tumia tupa. Sema dio. Au amna.
Ndio. Ndio.
Imke sio kama nguo. Umepata? So, economic factor also plays an important role. For instance, if you ask me to buy a watch, I don't buy ordinary watch. I buy only branded watch. The reason is a branded watch, it have a originality, number 1. Number 2, guarantee, warranty for 5.